any college football season is cause for celebration. Senior Day, a perfect way to celebrate and remember all of the accomplishments of this group of leaders. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the Fighting Irish, South Bend, Indiana, beneath the Golden Dome and Notre Dame Stadium. As we'll see, the Stanford Cardinal taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. 3A Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. Started. Fielded in the end zone, it's Hardy. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. So Stanford's offense will get the first possession of the game. These rivalry games can really get the blood pumping, and we'll see who can manage their emotions best early.
Everyone's been waiting for this game, right? You know, both of these teams have had this game circled all the way back to the beginning of the offseason, so you got to be able to play under control.
With passion, with energy, with hatred, because it's a rivalry game, but keep your emotions in check and making sure I'm controlling what I can control.
Great team defense on that running play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D-linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Oh, they're after him. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved when I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Here's the pressure. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
Third down defense is so pivotal in a football game. In this third down, nice job. Good coverage in the back end, but the rush gets home, forcing the fourth down. Nice start for this defense.
The Cardinal will have to boot it away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Gets his first one of the day off. He was called on 4 times in last week's win. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. So the Notre Dame Fighting Irish offense comes out first time they've had the ball today. And it was a rough showing last week, and it all started with the quarterback, Jesse.
Yeah, he looked lost in that last game. I thought the defense did a really good job of confusing him, mixing up their looks and their pressure. So no different today. The defense obviously watched the film, and they're going to come out and they're going to try to do the exact same thing and get this guy rattled. So this quarterback, he has to know what to expect early in this one, David.
If I'm his offensive coordinator, I want to get started off on the right foot, man. Get the ground game going. Make it easy because last week was such a disaster. We want to turn the page. We need some confidence. We need some good mojo. First drive, we need something good to happen early so we can forget about that last week.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Just a short pass to the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable, really putting this offense in a good position.
Notre Dame comes to the line trying to convert on 3rd and short. To the air, it's Carr. He's got him. Open space at the 25. They get him out of bounds right at the 5-yard line, and that one might have saved the touchdown.
3rd down and short is exactly exactly what you want on offense because you can run the football, make the defense suck up, but you can also throw it. Nice execution, 3rd and short, now set up in a 1st and goal situation.
Now the chance to pay off that big play from just outside the 5. They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. Now the offense tries to punch it in on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. They keep nudging it closer, but now it's 3rd and goal from the 1. Trying to bully their way in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
That touchdown just got this whole place going, didn't it? You got everybody doing the Irish jig. Touchdown, Jesus is happy. You got the leprechaun, he's dancing. The energy in this place right now is on another level after that score. No wonder this is such a tough place to come in and try to get a win on the road.
This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Hoping to move the chains. Here comes Notre Dame on 4th.
Get set, get set.
Surging forward on the sneak. He didn't get there. 4th and goal from the 1, and they are stuffed. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Listen to this noise. You can't hear yourself think as this defense has them pinned deep in their own end. They'll power it inside with the fullback. He's going to get stopped, trapped, and it'll be a safety.
Well, the defense could smell blood in the water in that situation, and a great job pursuing, getting to the football, showing you all of that athleticism they have, and they come away with the safety.
After giving up the safety, they'll have to kick it away. Got a little space. Here come the Irish back on offense. A really disappointing end to that last drive, David. Getting stopped on 4th and goal, they'll try to regroup.
Yeah, and I think I'm preaching to my squad right now. Listen, we drove the ball down the field. We didn't just punch it in. Let's put another drive together, Jesse, and this time, let's get some points.
You're right, because there were a lot of positives on that last drive. They did a lot of things really well. They just got to do a better job finishing.
And that seemed a little off from the start, didn't it?
That was a big-time play, and it was off from the start because of the play he made.
And I don't think it would have mattered who was playing running back. There was absolutely nowhere to go.
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
I like the idea by the quarterback there. You're trying to get this first down, so you find the tight end, see if he can make a guy miss or shake a tackle. Not able to get it done.
Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. To the air, it's Carr. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense, because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to go up top. Fires to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And he makes Makes a play in the back end. Nice job reading the pass, and that's his second of the season. This guy, unbelievable job seeing the quarterback, breaking on the quarterback, and going and getting that big play.
First play of the drive, wants to throw. Takes the easy one to the back. Knocked down at the 44, but he got 15 on that one.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Got his man all by himself. Turning it on. Touchdown, Aaron. Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
The extra point is good, and they have a 9-point lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Very intriguing Big 12 matchup today, gentlemen. Here's a look at how we finished up. Texas Tech was all gas and no brakes in one of the more convincing wins we'll see this week. The type of performance Graham Harrell and Michael Crabtree used to deliver in that memorable 11-win season of 2008. Big 12 football at its finest, gentlemen. Just when you think you have things figured out, a game like this happens.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
And these coaches have these play sheets over there on the sidelines, and there's so many calls they want to call. They want to make explosive plays, but you got to protect your QB, and he's already been sacked. He's already been, now he's hit again. Like, they've got to protect him up front if they want a chance of doing damage on the offensive side of the football.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on third down. Looking to throw, it's Gulbranson. Fires left. Hauls it in.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
Looking to throw on first down. They've got the screen set up. And he never had a chance. As soon as he caught it, the defense was right there. The Cardinal increasing the degree of difficulty after that last play. It's second and long. Looking to fire. Got it in the middle. It's Blackburn. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. Buying some time. Nice move there. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the second quarter. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. And we've reached the end of one. Before we move on, let's take a look at our stats so far. So first down here as they go back to work. Motion from the wideout. Looking downfield on first down. Hauls it in.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You can tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Stanford with a lot of options here on second and short. Power football with the run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They've been very good at moving the chains on third down. 2 for 2 on this drive. This time they need 6. And they can't make the connection.
Oof, you got to be careful if you're the quarterback there. Third down, you see a lot of exotic coverages by the defense. That time they played zone. He tried to force that football into a real tiny window. He's lucky that one wasn't picked off.
Absolutely perfect. That'll pull them back to within 6.
How about it? 50 plus, no problem. Big leg, nice accuracy. That's a big-time kick for this young man.
After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. He'll bring it out. It's Payne. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Back to the quarterback. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line.
And he gets home again, continuing his production. Last week, 2 sacks. This week, already a sack in the first half. This guy has been on a sack terror.
Notre Dame has made this second down play much more difficult after going backwards. He wants to change this route. Looking to throw, it's Carr. Makes the grab on the left. Out of bounds at the 27-yard line, and this offense needed a play like that.
This slot receiver gives defensive coordinators nightmares. You have got to double him virtually on every pass play. He better have safety help over top. Otherwise, this guy's a threat to score every time they throw the ball.
Catch in the middle, it's Flanagan. Oh, he's got some space. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
To the air on second down. Fires to the big fella. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31.
Well, this defense now is just getting gashed. And if you're the defensive coordinator, you might now want to think about being aggressive, changing up your play calls, and maybe breaking your own tendencies, because you have got to stop this offense just marching down the field.
Notre Dame ready to go with another first down.
Here we go.
Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Looking to throw, it's Carr. The quick out. They'll get him out of bounds and mark it at the 21.
Yeah, when you get that man coverage, most people are taught to have inside leverage. So that out route's there if your QB can put some air on it and throw it outside of the guy. But tight coverage, but a really nice throw on that out route.
Notre Dame once backed up near its own goal line, now on the move. Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Spins away from the defense. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. To move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
And with the extra point, they stretch the lead to 13. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone. It's Farrell. Not nearly as much as he had hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the country, Reese, no doubt. But this offense would like him and prefer for him to kick an extra point on this drive. And to do that, David, they've got to have more rhythm on offense.
Yeah, create some more rhythm, create some more explosive plays, and maybe some more balance. And listen, it's nice to have that weapon and kick long field goals. If you kick too many field goals, you don't get very many W's.
All kinds of room to throw that one in there. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37.
Could that be the play that finally wakes them up? Just not a lot of good going on offensively here in this first half. They've only got 3 points to show for their efforts. They haven't been throwing it a lot, but they took a shot there. They got a chunk play. Now they're in a position. They need to score a touchdown here before the half is over.
The Cardinal can be aggressive here on second and short. Trying play action. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw, it's Gobranson. Got it in the middle, it's Blackburn. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. I don't think he was the primary receiver on that play, David, but a very productive pickup on first down.
And these tight ends are so good at understanding zones and where to sit down. And listen, it's not the huge gain down the field, but it's always death by 1,000 cuts, small gains, break tackles, and continue to move the sticks.
It's 1st and goal as Stanford comes to the line. Looking to throw. Finds his man. And he strides his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinal!
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, got a final score in a big top 25 matchup today. USC went scorched earth in a double-digit win that might have been worse had they not sat the starters in that fourth quarter. Total destruction by the Trojans in a statement win if there ever was one. Really unexpected outcome in this ranked-on-ranked matchup. The type of loss, guys, that'll get the attention of even a good football team.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Snags it quickly on the left. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few.
Nice catch by the big target. Those big tight ends, you can tell in football, are just becoming more and more of a weapon on every single team.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Got his man. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's 3rd best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
Might be calling a hot route. Looking for a man. It's Carr. It's complete to the right. He'll have enough for the first down, and they stop him at the 45. quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And already in the second quarter, they've got over 200 yards thrown.
Wants to go up top on first down. Fires one high and deep. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
Well, we know this offense hasn't been able to get it going on the ground so far in this game. Now they're trying through the air, but give this defense credit. They've got a really good game plan. They've got all 11 guys on that side of the ball executing perfectly. Fantastic job in the back end that time, being in position and making sure that thing fell incomplete.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Takes a hit as he fires. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On third and long, try to convert through the air. How about this defense making a statement to end the half with a sack? That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals. And how do we possibly begin without singing the praises of this receiver? His ability to find gaps, run textbook routes, and then show that breakaway speed. He simply is the total package. How this secondary responds, whether they try to double-team him or get aggressive at the line, that'll be the story of this second half.
They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. First play from scrimmage, and they'll keep it on the ground. That'll be a gain of 5 out to the 27.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it. At this point, that looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wondered maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
The Irish trying to keep this drive moving on third and short. Wants to throw. It's Carr. Using the quick game. Out of midfield, he's got room. And another big game for this offense. They are putting explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one. When your best is demanded on a big stage like this against a rival, he has delivered, cracking the 150-yard mark.
No doubt about it. What do we say? Big-time players make big plays in big games. The games don't get bigger than this for this team right here, and this guy, David, has shown up today.
And it's so nice as a coach to have that dude that you know you can count on. He'll put up big numbers, and he's been carrying this offense.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Fires to the tight end. So an example of a tight end doing a little unheralded work to set up a much better third down situation.
And I like the QB here, Reese. I like the decision where I understand, let's get this football out, let's get some positive yards, and then get to third down, and we can still have a better situation now because we got rid of the football and took the yards that were there.
Complete. Finds a crease at the 20. How about this freshman leading him on the chase and making the big play after the catch?
Third down is money down, and they were money. Great job getting the football to your playmaker, and then watch, after the catch, making the play, getting the big first down. Now you're set up in great position to go get 6 with a first-and-goal opportunity.
They'll try to get it in with the run. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
with the quarterback as they line up for the 2.
Lion, lion. Jackrabbit.
Back to throw, it's Carr. He's got a nose for that goal line. First he scored the touchdown. Now he makes his way in for the 2-point conversion. They marched 79 yards on the drive, and he found his way to the end zone from the 7 to cap it. They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way.
And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
Well, that's a great job getting the sack on the blitz there. And one thing Notre Dame has always seemed to pride themselves on defensively is hard-nosed, tough football, especially in the front 7. And linebackers that can play downhill and not just make plays in the running game, but get in the backfield and blitz the quarterback. And you saw all of that from him right there.
And this defense, how about it, man? Putting some pressure on the quarterback, getting the big sack, but now letting him take off and get so many yards back and climb back in this third down situation. Good response by this offense from a disastrous first down.
On third down, going up top. Grabbed in the middle. It's Blackburn. They'll get it to the 48. No need to measure. It's a first down.
And it's on third downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Nice pitch and catch there from QB to wide receiver. Great job. An out route is all about timing. 1, 2, 3, boom, break out, throw it to him right now. Great pitch, great catch.
Oh, he's going to try to hit him over the top. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw.
He was trying to push it downfield. He was looking for a receiver, trying to make a play. You can tell the pressure started to get to him a little bit. Nowhere to go with the football, and just fights back to the line of scrimmage.
Scanning the field, it's Branson. Here's a heat. And down goes the quarterback, but there are penalty flags on the field. Let's see what the call is. Just a little too much there, a little too handsy, and they nabbed them for the defensive holding penalty. This offense trying to quieten the crowd on first and goal, and they are not cooperating. They'll give it to the back. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Stanford! Can these guys just score from anywhere out there? After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in a bad position and you can still fight your way out and go get you a touchdown, that's a great drive by the offense.
Ready to try the point after. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Interesting matchup this week in the Big 12 today. In fact, they're all interesting this season. Arkansas is in front. They've played awfully well today, and while there's no Darren McFadden out there, this group is fighting. They're up by 7 over Pittsburgh. We'll circle back if anything changes in this interesting Big 12 matchup. Back to you guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver and different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
Wow, the quarterback knew he had to get that one to his receiver quickly on the in route. Did you see the velocity on that throw?
From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. They'll keep it on the ground to the right. He's knocked down a couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage.
That's such a great physical play by the defense because this is one of the bigger, more physical running backs you'll see in the country, and we're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction. Not that time. It's the big guys up front on defense getting penetration, and they're sending him back for a tackle for it.
He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32.
I'll tell you, this quarterback has just been in a great rhythm all game long. With that last completion, he's now over 300 yards passing.
Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down.
Pound 55 weak.
Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Looking downfield, it's Carr. Bringing the heat. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And sometimes you see great shooters and they get on fire and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
So now it's second and long. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. This time it's complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And the slant is really a difficult route to defend against if you're a DB in man coverage, especially when you have no help on the inside. So if you're the offense and you continue seeing that coverage, you might as well keep attacking it just like that.
Trying to beat him to the left. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that's exactly what you want to do as a defense, man. You want to get penetration and not let that tank get downhill. Because when he gets downhill at that weight and that size, it could be a problem for your defense. Get him before he gets started.
Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. Chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Back to pass. Grab behind the line. It's Young. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. They were able to get the ball to the running back in space, but that space just evaporated.
And a great job by the defense, man. It's tough to get those guys on the ground. They're so used to having the football as running backs and making plays and being dynamic. So usually one guy not going to get him to the ground. You want many guys swarming to the football, trying to get that elusive guy on the ground.
Going for 6. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
They've done a nice job marching the football down the field to get into this position in the red zone. You throw an incomplete on third down, so the question now, are you going for a touchdown, try to pay this drive off, or are you just going to take the points?
He got it, and that lead grows even bigger.
That's a big drive for this offense in the fourth quarter. Now to take a 2-possession lead, you got the other offense where you want. Now you get to rush the passer, make them pass a little bit more, and don't give up those big plays. You're in a really good spot now.
He'll bring it back looking for help. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Leaves it with the running back. Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
It's definitely too early to panic, but there's some bad feelings going on for this offense right now. You're way down on the scoreboard. I know we're still in the first half, but after that last play, it's pretty obvious. You can't run the ball. You're becoming a one-dimensional offense at a time when you need to be able to score some points. So either get it done through the air or you've got to be more physical up front.
You want to talk about shaking down thunder from the sky. That's what they're doing here on third down. Pocket breaking down. He put it out there for him, and the senior gave him a chance, but they couldn't make the connection.
And a nice play by the defense. Third and short, you're thinking run most of the time, but a really nice job playing tight on the wide receivers, playing the pass and giving no space for the offense.
On fourth down, they'll throw for it. Makes the grab, plenty for the first down. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily.
And this offense is going to have to come up clutch, man. Like late in the football game, you are trailing. This is why you get paid the big bucks. This is why the quarterback is the glamour position. Like, you've got to trust him. He's got to come through. They got to put a few drives together here to get back in this football game.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
What a hit by the defender. That's a good throw, and that was going to be caught, but how about the defender dislodging the football from its intended target? Nice job.
They'll give him a couple. That leaves him with 3rd and 8.
The number one goal for this defense coming into this game was shut this running back down, and I got to be honest, there were a lot of people on the outside didn't think they could get it done, but they're proving everybody wrong. Tremendous effort. They're playing with a chip on their shoulder. This guy's one of the best in the nation. He's had zero impact in this game.
Working that left side now. Crosses the 35, out of bounds there. Nice pickup on the play, spotted at the 32.
And even though they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, they've got a quarterback that can bring them back, but they need him now to play his A-plus level of football.
Quarterback feeling that pressure, and he's knocked down at the 42.
What a nice answer by this defense. You give up the big play, you respond right back, you get the sack, create some momentum for your side. Nice job by this defense staying with it.
Cardinal increasing the degree of difficulty after that last play. It's 2nd and long. Looking for a man. It's Gobranson. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you can tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down.
And this is why this team is losing this game. They cannot protect their quarterback. He's already been sacked a bunch of times, almost got sacked right there. This guy doesn't...
Lofts one high and deep. Makes the grab, and he will score. Touchdown, Cardinal.
A lot of times you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, you know, that hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him. And the ball was thrown perfectly out in front. You can see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. That ball scoots through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Here come the Irish, back on offense. Guys, that last trip, a little disappointing having to take the 3.
Yeah, and I think, Jesse, you see so many offenses talk about getting yards and the tempo and all the stuff they do. It was a nice job moving the football, but they got to get in the end zone this time.
Yeah, and I think to do that, they just got to be more physical at the point of attack, get some push up front. They need to be the best running team in this game to win.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you want to do. Late in the ball game with the lead, establish the run, establish the physicality. And you know what helps? That clock up there, it continues to tick. So let's see if they choose to keep the ball on the ground and stay conservative and run that clock.
The Irish come to the line facing second and short. They'll run it to keep this clock grinding. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
All right, so I know the defense is going to be aggressive, right? They got their stop. They forced a third down. How aggressive does the offense want to be in response? Because if I throw the football, get a first down, I can run this clock almost out. This defense has to make a choice, but this offense, how aggressive do you want to be?
Back to pass, it's Carr. Makes the grab. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Wants to throw on first down. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Notre Dame has made this second down play much more difficult after going backwards. Wants to go up top. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He got his hands on it, but couldn't hold on to it. And what a time that would have been for their first pick of the game.
Man, is that the opportunity they needed? That is exactly what this defense needed. They need to swing momentum. They needed to get the ball back to their offense if they wanted to win this football game. Just such a huge missed opportunity.
The Irish facing quite a challenge here on 3rd and a mile. Quarterback may change this route. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Makes the grab on the big throw. All kinds of room to the right. Touchdown, Irish! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Big one in the Big 12, and take a look at how things are playing out here. Arkansas is currently ahead in this one, but boy, there have to be some nervous moments for the folks in Fayetteville. They have not been able to pull away. They're up by 7 over Pittsburgh. We'll keep you updated as this one goes forward, as this could shake up the Big 12 race significantly.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Use the play fake, now to throw. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter. You're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Dropping back, it's Gobranson. Got the quick pass. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
I love the anticipation on that throw by the QB on the out route. You got to throw it before the receiver comes out of his break. Nice work.
The volley cheers going on high, and here comes the Thunder being shaken down on 3rd down. Oh, that slithered right through his fingers and would have been his 2nd interception of the game. Instead, it's 4th down.
Normally, I would say 4th and short on your own side of the field, you punt the ball away, but we're in the 4th quarter, and they need to keep this drive going to win. I say go for it.
Tries to get it on the ground. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. Stanford quickly to the line. I'll admit, I wondered if they were just lining up to try to draw them offside.
Me too. Whenever you line up in your own territory, you're thinking, oh, they're just going to draw them offside. A lot of times, by the way, it's the defense that kind of relaxed for a second. You can tell they had a plan, ready to go. They knew they were going to be aggressive.
Stanford with a lot of options here on 2nd and short. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. They're going to try to throw for it on 3rd down. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down.
After that incompletion, 4th and short now on their own side of the field, I think there's a lot of coaches in normal circumstances that would stay conservative and just punt the ball away, but you're trailing here in the 4th quarter. I think the offense needs to stay out on the field, and we got to go for it.
Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. And now when you have a solid lead like this, Jesse, you find out, can you deliver the knockout punch?
And we're expecting them to come out here and just run the football, bleed the clock, let the big uglies up front, get some push, and ball security, David. That's a premium.
Yes, take care of the football. Don't make any dumb mistakes. Be physical. And listen, if they want to load the box, don't be afraid to take a shot.
And you're seeing on both sides really hard to run the football in this one. You've got to give both of these defenses tons of credit. They are so physical up front. These defensive lines can take the game over, and right now, it's tough sledding on the ground.
Got it behind the line. It's Flanagan. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Such a tough spot to be in on defense because you're trailing, you're expecting the offense to run the football. They just did it on the last play, and then on a critical 3rd down, they go play action, and they throw it over your head. You got to feel for this defense.
They want that clock to run. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
A lot of times with these RPOs, you see linebackers so slow. They don't want to mess up. Not on this one. Watch the defense attack downhill. Go get the running back. Get a tackle for a loss.
The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. They already have a comfortable lead, up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Punch it out of the air. There he goes. They'll make the stop, but that first down ought to ice it, and they should be able to kneel this one out. You always hear run the route deep enough to get the first down, but if you don't, you better fight your way there, and he did.
Yeah, nice job. And listen, catch the football, understand 4th and short, the situation, and then go get that first down. Don't dilly-dally. Don't try to make a home run play. Get past the sticks. Nice job of understanding that situation.
Well, that looked like it was going to be a completion, but how about the defender making the hit and forcing the incompletion?
2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Dropping back, it's Carr. He makes a grab, and he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame! Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game spot.
That's a nice job by this offense. Nice job putting a drive together late. This might seal this football game. And nice response. It's nice to be home, isn't it? Come back to the home crowd after you've lost a couple games. Get some mojo going back in your way.
And that extra point is a big one as they now have possession, 17-point lead in the fourth. Kickoff unit back to work, and they have been busy as they built this sizable lead. He'll bring it out. It's Farrell. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. It's complete to the left. He works his way up to the 20-yard line and goes out of bounds there. The Cardinal can be aggressive here on 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Throwing right. Got him downfield. Works his way to the 41, and that is plenty to give him a first down. Now they've got to hustle to the line and get set. And they'll spike the ball to try to save as much time as they can.
QB spikes it. No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Back to pass. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other one sucks into their greedy lungs. Figuratively speaking, of course, and when you win, is that sweet.
It's glorious to be able to brag, to be able to text message your buddies, to be able to post stuff on social media.